Honorable Kustas, Professor Prithiva Sanan, Honorable Opponent, Professor Satu from University of Lapland, dear colleagues, faculty members, dear friends and guests, good afternoon. Today I am going to present my public defense of my thesis on the topic of job satisfaction and motivation of teacher educators towards quality education. Before going to present my findings, I would like to share something about my motivation, that how I was motivated for this research topic. Fortunately, I worked as a teacher educator in 2 universities in St. Grounds of Pakistan. My first university, that was the largest university, and second, that is a small university. In largest university, there were 6 departments. So I worked in most of the departments in one new university. So I worked in 7 departments. During that stay in 2 universities and 7 departments, I observed that quality education is lacking due to less interest of teacher educators, working environment and systems. Then I started to thinking about this phenomena seriously, and I maintained the observation that either this topic should be researchable or not. Then I come to know this topic should be researchable, and I connected these all 3 things: job satisfaction, motivation and quality education. My main assumptions were, maybe quality education is lacking due to less job satisfaction and dissatisfaction of teacher educators. Number 2, maybe the reasons or factors of teacher educators in job satisfaction inside and outside of the universities. Maybe teacher educators' motivation is lacking due to their minimum job satisfaction or dissatisfaction. Number 4, maybe the quality education is maintained due to selection and recruitment procedures, improper qualifications, lack of facilities, weak system, and monitoring supervision. These were the main assumptions. After these assumptions, I started to search the literature, and hardly I find few articles about job satisfaction and motivation in Pakistan, and very few about job satisfaction and motivation of Pakistan about teacher educators. So these things made me more conscious, curious and active to work on this topic, which I felt that this is the need of the time, and that will be bring good results for the future developments in Pakistan. Because teachers and teacher educators are not given due respect and status before 2004 and 5 in Pakistan. Why? Because the government made Higher Education Commission at the place of UGC, University Grant Commission, which opened many windows and doors for many people. Especially, they brought some reforms through opening new universities, research institutions, centers. They started new programs, especially 4 years degrees, and they revised curriculum with the help of some universities from USA, especially Michigan State University. I was very much interested to earn doctoral degree from many developed countries, because it is the need of my country and my university. Then I started to find some professor or supervisor in different universities of the world, especially the Finland and New Zealand. My journey was started in 2013 when I started to search for my supervisor. Then, after continuous search of 1 year, I got my supervisor here in Finland, and that was a very pleasant thing for me and for my university, because they allowed me to go for PhD with some funding and study leave. So I reached here in 2014 September. Initially, within 3 months, I designed my research tools and went to Pakistan for data collection. We published total 12 papers during this journey. 1 theoretical, 2 review papers, and other empirical papers, which are published in good journals of repute. So we included 4 papers in this this dissertation and the criteria from fifth paper. This opportunity would be an excellent and fruitful opportunity for me after graduation, because there is no tuition fee, so my university didn't pay tuition fee. This is an excellent opportunity. And after PhD, I will be a good resource for my university, for my country. Especially, I will be actively participate in different types of educational programs and other things. And this will be grateful for my family, for my organization, my children especially, because most of the time they inquire about Finland and my university and my degree. Actually, I am originally belonging to one village, countryside area, which is far flung from big towns and cities, and I would be the first person who came here, reached here at this stage, and would be graduated. So I will be a good source and you can say good model for those people who are living in village, and they will follow me, they will take suggestions from me for further education, especially higher education, because we need this type of education, higher education, other education, especially to maintain peace and security and many things in our country. So now I would like to share some major findings and results with you. This diagram, actually this is showing whole process of the research, showing job satisfaction, motivation, quality education, all three variables. The horizontal arrows, horizontal black arrows, they are showing the number of articles. The job satisfaction, we published two articles on job satisfaction, one on motivation, one on quality education. The vertical arrows, they are showing the process, that from topic, things are coming and then going data and something like this. For studying the needs and requirements, perceptions and attitudes and efforts of this teacher education, this research was designed to study and examine the three variables and indicators such as job satisfaction, motivation and quality education through the qualitative research paradigm. In this regard, 4 studies were published, including 2 on job satisfaction, 1 on motivation and 1 on quality education, in order to know the perceptions, experiences, dimension, factors of teacher education about quality education. This empirical study was undertaken and published in international journals between 2015 and 2018, which is considered one of the foundational study on this topic in Iran, South in Pakistan, with a special reference to job satisfaction, motivation and quality education. The content and process theories of job satisfaction and motivation were used to develop theoretical framework depending on lower order and higher order needs, and followed by inputs and outputs. These theories provided the foundation for hygiene and motivators, rewards and punishment, rules respectively, which are used as the foundational information and knowledge to develop the interview questions. The qualitative research method with the case study research approach were used to collect data from the participants and were analyzed through thematic narrative analysis. The in-depth semi-structured interviews were conducted on 40 teacher educators. Those were selected through convenient Cinnabar sampling technique. These participants are working as lecturers, assistant professors, associate professors, and professors in 14 departments in 7 universities of Pakistan. Objectives, there are 3 objectives. First objective is revolving around general level of job satisfaction, motivation, and dissatisfaction like that. And second is identifying the factors of satisfaction, job satisfaction, dissatisfaction, motivation, and demotivation. Third is identifying the efforts and activities of teacher educators towards quality education. Then there are the research questions. There are 4 sub-studies, so 4 research questions are in one side, and each research question again consists of sub-questions. First research study is consisting of 3 sub-questions, second on 2, third on 3, fourth on 3. So these are total questions and sub-questions. The major findings, because first two studies were conducted on job satisfaction, so these are the main findings. First study revealed 6 dimensions of job satisfaction. Number 1, work assignment and workload, opportunities for advancement, growth and development, financial and fringe benefits, supervising support, permission and free hand, working in sympathetic relationship, available facilities and working environment. On the other side, there are the 16 factors which was explored by second study. Number 1, organizational administration, its relation and policies, administrative style, communication system, selection, recruitment for the procedures, promotion, its procedures and systems, fringe and monetary benefits, physical facilities available for faculty, staff and students, working environments, staff relations, student dealing and relationship, evaluation and feedback system, appreciation, award system, opportunities for professional development, exposure and advancement, politics and pressure groups, commitment to duties and responsibilities, consideration for personal matter and work and support. The third study revealed 16 types of conditions of motivation, and they were divided into 2 parts or 2 main areas: motivation in personal life and motivation in professional life. So motivation in personal life, it consists of 6 type of conditions. Motivation is respect and personal initiation. Motivation is discipline in life. Motivation is need fulfillment. Motivation is self-realization and self-satisfaction. Motivation is moral consideration and inspiration. Motivation is social services. Motivation in professional life consists on 10 areas or 10 conditions. Motivation for job security, motivation is readiness, motivation is work and time management, motivation is dedication, commitment, delivery and performance, motivation is student satisfaction and their support, motivation is social relation and interaction, motivation is responsibilities and duties, motivation is professional growth and development, motivation is scholarship and authority, motivation is self-assessment and self-evaluation. The fourth study, the findings of fourth study. This study was about quality of education. So there were total 8 dimensions. So first 2 dimensions are concerned with presage. Other 4, 3, 4, 5, 6, they are with process, and last 2 are with product dimensions. These dimensions are financial and material resources, qualified teachers, students and staff-student ratio, class size, class conduct halls, independent study halls and total halls, quality teaching, research and its environment, assessment and feedback, reputation, peer rating and student support, quality enhancement process, student performance, degree classification, retention and systems, employability and graduation destinations. Furthermore, this study also explored 5 types of activities which have been done on regular basis by majority of the teacher educators in their organizations in order to maintain quality education. Number 1, planning activities, organizing activities, leading activities, controlling and adopting activities. All 4 studies have been concluded through one criteria which was developed through one theoretical paper. The name of that paper is Diagonal Model of Job Satisfaction and Motivation. So that diagonal model suggests 4 levels for job satisfaction, for motivation and for combined both. So all are similar, but only the things are different. They are concerned with satisfaction, motivation and both. So if the score of any person or teacher educator comes less than 60, means he or she is low satisfied and dissatisfied. From 60 to 71%, moderately and normally satisfied, 72 to 89, highly satisfied, 90 to 100 means extremely satisfied. The overall result of job satisfaction. This diagram shows the results. No one find extremely satisfied, 47.5 were found highly satisfied, 35% moderately satisfied and 17.5 low or dissatisfied. Then next is about motivation. 6% of teacher educators were found extremely motivated, 10 highly motivated, 41 moderately or normally motivated, 43 low motivated or demotivated. And when we combine both results, the overall results of this, that 3% of teacher educators were found extremely satisfied and motivated, 29 highly satisfied and motivated, 38 moderately or normally satisfied and motivated, and then 30% they are low satisfied and low motivated. The conclusion which I done, so I took few points to share with you. The explored dimensions and factors of job satisfaction, types and conditions of motivation, and activities and initiatives to maintain quality education have highlighted the significance and usefulness of this study. The findings of all sub-studies would be helpful to understand the position of teacher educators, the phenomena and the causes of job satisfaction, dissatisfaction, motivation, demotivation, and quality education, in order to bring proper solutions of the problems of teacher educators, their departments, institutions, and organizations. The satisfied faculty members possess good positions, reward, and facilities in their particular working place, while dissatisfied teacher educators were not having anything to work, which was the main reason for their dissatisfaction. Dissatisfied teacher educators just pass their time to work for their salary and survival of their organizations and their family. Motivated teacher educators work hard for their students to facilitate them in learning well, to increase their knowledge and good grades for their bright future, while demotivated do vice versa. So, thank you very much. Now, I would like to invite the opponent to kindly comment on my thesis.
As everyone, but perhaps even more so in the Pakistani teacher training universities. But no one is alone at work. We always have other people around us. The atmosphere at work between colleagues can give wings to collaboration and enjoyable working culture, or cut the wings. Likewise, management and organizational culture can become a major hinderer of satisfaction and decrease motivation if the employees' development, autonomy, and collaboration are not enhanced, and if employees feel that they are treated unfairly. Sahita's research provides important insights to the current discussion of work conditions and prerequisites of satisfaction and motivation. It is also important to realize the connection these factors have to the quality of work. In this case, teacher educators caters work towards quality education. Eventually, what could be more important than teacher educators who show high levels of enthusiasm, dedication, and positive engagement, optimism? If they can spread and teach this attitude to the prospective school teachers, it's no longer about the quality of university education, but also about the quality of education in general. Naturally, the situation in Sindh, Pakistan is different from the situation in Finland. Sahita describes the starting point to some extent in his dissertation, also showing the need for critical evaluation of teacher training in Pakistani universities. The teacher educators' interviews show that there are many factors affecting their satisfaction and motivation. These factors appear mainly as basic work conditions, leadership culture, and appreciation of the teacher educator's work, for example, when it comes to the salary. On the other hand, these lay the foundation and opportunity for developing deeper in a sense of being motivated to work for the quality education. To prepare for this defense, I was reading the online journal called Pakistani Observer this week. Surprisingly, there were actually quite many articles about teacher training discussing the need for improvements. For example, Dr. Syeda Saira Hamid wrote that, quote begins, research-based factual framework at local levels for quality teacher education, including both pre-service and in-service, should be developed and followed to solve the issue on a permanent basis. We cannot afford to think otherwise. End quote. I hope that Mr. Sahito's research will become a useful part of this developmental work. Honored Kustos, I'm now ready to start the examination. Okay.
For 5 years. And then I shifted to another university. At that time it was an institute, now it became a university. So initially they started education department in 2011. So during this walking journey, I observed that why quality education is not among our institutions. So I come to know that maybe the selection of recruitment, maybe the supervision, maybe the educational leadership, they should be the part of this phenomenon. So then I started to discuss with a few of my friends, and then I come to know that this should be a suitable topic if we connect 3 variables together: job satisfaction, motivation, and quality. So quality education is looking like you can say that it should be a product of job satisfaction and motivation of the teacher. So during this umbrella, I think all things will come. So therefore, I designed 7 questions, and then after sending them to experts, then I got 6 questions. They suggest we cut this question because purely related with management or aids of the department. So in this way, we got this.
Yeah. I was thinking about the word choices here in the title, that perhaps you could have had a case study instead of qualitative study.
We can call it case study. You don't think this already has a bigger title, so therefore we didn't write a case study.
Okay. Yeah.
It should be a case qualitative case study like this. So it will be a little bit more longer.
Yeah, yeah.
So describe this in introduction and response.
Yeah. Okay, so and you already talked about your past and how you came up with this research subject, so I'm not going to ask about that anymore. But now that you have been studying here in Finland, how would you describe the main differences or similarities between Finnish and Pakistan teacher education?
There are many differences, but similar, very few similarities. Because your country, Finland is a developed country, Pakistan is a developing country. Your population is equal to one of my city. This is a big problem. So therefore your finances are much more for university, for education. And you achieve number 1 position in school education, that is a product of teacher education. This is a big problem. Due to huge population, we are not at a good level of education and policy making or something like this. And few of the universities, they are very good. Now people or the politicians, some of politicians, they are thinking on that in their perspective. That education is the investment that will bring the future development for the nation. So now these politicians or the government or state people say that they are not thinking on that, and they are now developing more universities. Especially I say that from 2004 and 5, when HEC was developed. Now from that time, before that the condition of university was not good. Now they are coming with the passage of time. So very good universities even now we have, but not more because newly established universities, they are working good, but still there are some problems. So hopefully they will be done within passage of time. Takes time.
Yeah. So the quality of universities is different.
Different.
Yes.
Very few universities we have, like my university, they have very art of state of art buildings and everything, computers, printers, projectors looking like you here in Finland. Other, for example, there's one Nust University. One of my friends is working in forestry department doing PhD. He's from Nust University. That is very excellent university. That is not in France of Finland. But in France of Finland now, my university is on the top.
Yeah.
That is a newly established university. But other 2 and 3 universities, they are working very well. But actually there are many problems, especially political problems and the pressure groups and other things. So they don't know the university and the management to go for further development. But few universities are very good. And hopefully they will be more developed with the facility.
Yeah. Yes, and I hope that your research will provide some tools to work with the
Yes, hopefully.
problem. Yeah. Okay. So this was the warm up. Now we go to business, and let's start with the introduction. So in the introduction, in page, starting from the page 15, you give reasons for this study, this research, and tell that it fills a gap in knowledge. There is not much research available on Pakistani teacher educators at the moment. So that's true. And in addition, you start by saying that job satisfaction and motivation is important, necessary, and good for employees as well as for employers, which is of course true. Then you, later on this page, you refer to some articles that were written by you and your supervisor, Professor Reisanen. And you talk about this diagonal model, and you refer to that also in the lecture. So I would be interested in hearing the whole research package that you have been doing, and what kind of relationship your thesis has in regards to the whole.
You want to know about diagonal model?
I would like to know the whole
Okay.
whole thing, that what kind of data you have been collecting and how did you choose the data used in your PhD thesis?
Initially, we designed this study as a mixed method, and our area was the universities and the colleges, because in Pakistan we have 2 types of systems. One teacher education in universities, other teacher education in college. So actually they are different from each other. They are doing in same area, but why different? Because their status, grade, pay, facilities are much more different than universities. They have good resources, they in college. In college, just you can say, just carry the assignment, nothing else. I think this is my observation. So initially we collected data from both, but they were mixed method. But I did 4 years study leave, and this is my 5th year here. Because me and my university, I think we both are not know about this system that European universities have minimum 4 years PhD. Last year I came to know from one of the lecture. One of the professors said that here in Europe we have 3 years bachelor honors, 2 years master, and 4 years minimum doctoral degree. Then I come to know that why I am getting it. But my university is continuously sending me emails that when you are coming back. So due to time constraints, we focus on qualitative studies and we use that data only.
Yeah.
So we published, as I already told you, 12 papers. 2 are review papers, and that they are both have been accepted. One in UK, Journal of Education, and one is in Portugal. So hopefully within 1 or 2 months they both will be published. In the third paper, we theoretical paper, this model. Actually, what we did this model. We took two groups of theories. We put them into one paradigm, like in four theory and four. There are four theories, both colors. So what we did 4 multiplied by 2. So we got 8 columns and we put these things. For process, again we put more 8 columns. As we interact the theory, we give values like that. Then we use weight suppose technique, then we use mathematics. For example, this one column is giving value 1, 2, 3, 4 like this. And these process theories we kept on the top and content theories on the bottom because they are basic theories. That's why we kept this was the reason. Then we started to cut this whole paradigm like this, from bottom to top approach and from top to bottom. In this way we cut all columns and put their values. If you see that paper, you will find separate tables for values, that half value of this column, full value. Then through adding these values, finally we got the values of this every theory, and the basic theory, for example, Maslow's theory is very prominent and basic theory, so it got 16 points. Because that should be important. In this way we got these are all values, that less than 60%. Then we combine multiply averagely take the values of both values. So then come to look at 58%. That is minimum. Means less than 60, they should be dissatisfied. Then other values, then third value. So mostly the prominent values are 2, 4, 8, 16. Then it will be multiplied 32, 36, like 128 and 136. So these are the prominent values. Now we are working on these values again. So hopefully near future, maybe up to within maybe by the end of this month or maybe in April, there are 2 to 3 papers are in process. So now what we are going to do, we are using these values, and we are going to design an inventory. If you know, there is one inventory developed by Gardner on multiple intelligence. So we got inspiration from that inventory. Now we are going to design that inventory. 80%, 90% work is completed. So this inventory will use these all values, and we kept 136 items in here. People, when we give this inventory any person to fill in, he will get the proper value, means this according to this criteria that where he is. And we use our own findings, that 16 factors. We use these 16 factors. Same were we used in quantitative data, in questionnaire. So now these things will more comprehend this paradigm. That people will come with this document and they will know themselves what is their level of satisfaction and motivation. And I will suggest to especially the Pakistani universities and other universities, maybe if they want to use the same inventory after publication, that they can use this inventory every year or after every semester. In our country, people have the annual, they have ACR, annual confidential report. That is only filled by the heads, but never ever employees fill about the heads, about their satisfaction, about their motivation. So this inventory will fulfill that reverse or vice versa act, and it will produce good information to heads of the university and the department, where are their employees and how their heads are, departmental heads are working, and what should be done in future. In this way, they will come to know every year or every semester that what to do for their future. So this is all. Then other papers. 4 we have included in this. 5th one is the diagonal model. 2 are review papers. So 5 and 7. Other 3 papers we have published about ICT skills and job satisfaction of teacher education. Then language skills, because in our country, mostly universities, they have English language is a medium of instruction. So those people who are good in English or whose English is good, either they are satisfied or not, and they have reasons in why how they got the skills of English language and something. So they paper. So these are three papers: ICT skills and then time management. How time management affect on job satisfaction and motivation of teachers. So these are the three papers, and two on motivation.
Yeah.
One is still in the process. It will be published.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
So very productive, I would say, and a different kind of viewpoints to this topic.
Yes.
Very good. Yeah, thank you. You also mentioned in chapter 1.2 that the collaboration with Michigan State University and,
Yes.
and Pakistani teacher education institutions. I'm curious, what kind of background does this have?
Actually, this is a pre-state project. It was started after establishment of HEC. As I told you that HEC did a good job in Pakistan. At that time, they started 4 years degree with the help of Michigan State University. So Michigan State University, some professors they came in Pakistan. They worked with Pakistani teacher educators. They review the revise the curriculum, review them, and also give orientation to other teacher educators, even of colleges and universities. Means there was a excellent type of series of training for them, and they were paid. Even they were called to other cities like Islamabad in the capital, Lahore in the big city, then Karachi like in these areas from all over the country, and they were paid. They were given facilities and trained them about new curriculum. So this was the fully project fully designed by HEC, but it was supported, financially supported by USAID. And in three big universities, they even have given the newly constructed buildings to them, and they spend billion rupees on that. So this is very good, good effort in the history of teacher education in Pakistan. So that's why I wrote this.
Yeah.
And I was also the part of these trainings. In 2010 and 11, I also attended many trainings, and then till 12 and 13.
Interesting. In general, the introduction gives quite nicely information about the background of this study and about the context also to which the research focused. We could move on to the theoretical framework, chapter 2. Motivation and job satisfaction are the main concepts, as well as, of course, quality education. They are quite widely studied, and a lot of research has been done on motivation, on job satisfaction. So they can be quite challenging too to have as your main concepts. I'm impressed with the number of references you have in this section. You have really familiarized with different kinds of research and theories as well. First, I would like to ask, did you consider any other concepts that would define quality education or could be related to that?
So deliberately we focus on other concepts. Because it was itself very used assignment and challenging.
Yeah.
You know, I spend most of the time in my office throughout my journey. I sit till 10 and 11 o'clock night in my office, then I produce this paper. So I wanted to please focus on only these things. Because if I focus on other things, then maybe I will be not more productive.
Yeah. Yeah, it's about choosing the concepts and basically sticking to what you are doing and defining them well. And that's a good thing in a basis, that you don't expand it too much, because there are plenty of concepts. Like I said in lecture, on my beginning speech, that, for example, positive engagement could have been one because it's directly related to performances at work. And how people work harder, get better results, and quality education would be viewed from that point too. But I understand you have chosen these quite traditional concepts of job satisfaction and motivation as the background of your research, and you have given reasons for that. Each were given more detailed research questions in the articles, reporting findings from the sub-studies, but the research lacked a main research question to which this whole entity should answer. However, the aim of the research was relatively well defined, which compensated this, as the aim was to interpret how teacher educators' motivation and job satisfaction could be viewed from the perspective of quality education. Sub-studies were nicely developed and defined, and each of them clearly focused on separate themes. Together, they formed a multidimensional description of the teacher-educator's experiences and perceptions. Conceptual clarity. The main concepts in this research were job satisfaction, motivation, and quality education. For the phenomenon under investigation, the conceptual framework is abundant. There are a number of concepts that could be used for describing teacher educators' work experiences and concepts